Good evening, and in tonight's video, we're doing an election prediction between Senator Ted Cruz and in 2024, who we predict would be, in this scenario, President Bernie Sanders. In this election, of course, Bernie Sanders, being the incumbent president and being from the state of Vermont, would do pretty well in more minority states and more demographically in his favor states, like in the Northeast. So just for that reason, we're going to give New Hampshire solidly to the Democrats. And due to him being doing very well with these votes, a lot of these states will be pretty hard for Ted Cruz to win. So, of course, the South would probably be safe, except Georgia, due to the African American vote. But relatively, Bernie Sanders would be around this range, you could say, with Bernie Sanders almost at 200. So, just putting in a few more states. This will be our starting map. 206 electoral votes for Bernie Sanders and 181 for Ted Cruz. Of course, Ted Cruz being from the South, from Texas, he'll do pretty well with the white vote. So, Iowa, again, I believe in the future this will trend more Republican and will go to Ted Cruz. Minnesota, I believe, will be a close contest, but will go to Bernie Sanders. Again, this state in the future, I believe, will start trending more Republican, which again is a good thing for the Republicans, especially in the Rust Belt, with states like Michigan, states like Ohio, Wisconsin, but not in this election though. I will say Pennsylvania is going to go blue, again due to the youth vote, especially in the Philly suburbs, due to the minority vote, especially the African American vote in Pittsburgh and in the Philly suburbs. Georgia is two of your Republican states, along with Arizona, to go blue. Well, Arizona, I see a potentially going blue. So we'll actually leave that. Ted Cruz, I don't think will be able to contest Colorado successfully, along with Nevada. Again, those two states have a huge Latino population. Again, Ted Cruz is outspoken about his opposition to immigration reform, which is a key thing that you need to support if you want to do well with the Latino vote. With that leaves us 85 electoral votes, 5 states left to be decided. In this scenario, I'm actually going to give Ted Cruz the state of Ohio, due to him, I think, doing well in around here, the West Virginia coast, where former steel workers, steel factories, Reagan Democrats, and the Rust Belt, they call them, are, and more rural areas with the white vote and some minorities, most likely the African American vote. But with that said, that puts him at 220. I actually do see him doing well in Milwaukee, not winning, of course, but doing pretty well in Northeast, in rural areas, which will help him, actually, in my opinion, carry the state of Wisconsin. Again, this was the first state in the Rust Belt that was projected for Donald Trump, and I think will be the first state to be projected for Ted Cruz in the Rust Belt. With that said, he's at 230 to Bernie Sanders' 250. But although in neighboring Michigan, I don't see a possibility for Ted Cruz, due to him, again, not really having an appeal to the state of Michigan. Doesn't really have an appeal to the auto workers, not much to the minority voters. To the white vote, he probably won't even do that well. So, in my opinion, this will actually be pretty easy for Bernie Sanders. But you could say the cherry on the cake, Bernie Sanders, in my opinion, will carry the state of Florida, carry their 31 electoral votes. Again, Ted Cruz is going to do pretty bad with the Latino vote, excluding Cubans, because again, that is a pretty Republican constituency. He's against Social Security and for the privatization of Social Security. And with that said, a lot of seniors in that state will be alienated by him, which will cause them to vote for Bernie Sanders. Again, he is for universal health care, even if that's not possible. But the voters aside, and I think they'll go for Bernie Sanders. I think they'll also actually go for him in Arizona. Again, this state has a huge Latino population, a huge minority population, and a huge youth population. All things that go in favor in Bernie Sanders and go against Ted Cruz. 12 electoral votes, I think, will be carried by Bernie Sanders. Again, he'll do pretty well in suburban areas like Phoenix, like other counties around it. And with that said, it'll be 308 for Bernie Sanders and 230 for Ted Cruz. If you did enjoy this video, hope you do consider subscribing, leaving a like, and check out my past videos. With that said, go check out the next video I uploaded, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.